Brian Cassanig, I'm going to ask you to unmute. And whenever you're ready, mate, we're going to
Yeah,
spotlight you too.
yeah. Thanks, Asha. Thanks for the opportunity to share. The story I want to share is actually more about my grandson. I live here with my grandson. He's 20 years of age. He's on the autistic spectrum. He's got diabetes. And yeah, life's a reasonable challenge for him. We had to talk him into getting onto it. He was prepared to, when my unit only arrived a couple of days ago. So we're talking in the last 72 hours of what we've seen. And we don't know if it's the medications or if it's the diabetes or what, but his body is quite well swollen around his face and his eyelids and his legs. Hospitals haven't been much help at all. But what we've noticed is on Tuesday night when the unit arrived, straight away we unpacked it. And he wasn't going to he was happy to use it until I told him he had to have a drink of water. That was it, no more. Because anyone that knows autism, we don't have filters. We just say what's on our mind. And if you don't like it, too bad. Um, and he said, no, I'm not going to drink the water. I said, you need to drink the water before you put your feet on it. He goes, no. So anyway, the support worker that was here with him, she goes, I'll have a go. I said, oh, beauty. So she had a go. She drank the water. Well, when Blake watched her, he decided, well, no show without punch. So all of a sudden he lined up to have a go. So as soon as she finished, he sat on the P90 Plus for the 20 minutes. And after he was finished, we were just sort of cleaning up and everything. And he was walking around lifting his legs up really high. And I thought, what are you doing? And he goes, my legs feel light. And I said, they what? And he goes, my legs feel light. And I said, okay, that's interesting. He goes, I think that thing did something to me. And I said, is it good or bad? He goes, oh, no, it's good. He goes, I like it. And in the meantime, the support worker, it was her first time on it as well. She goes, I actually feel like I've had a massage. Um, anyway, yesterday morning, Blake used it again. I wasn't home, so I didn't get any feedback from that session. Last night, he's on it again. And when he finished, again, he's walking around the kitchen and he's sort of twisting and, he's twisting his shoulders around. And I said, you all right, mate? Because I'm always worried that maybe we've done the wrong thing, because we're sort of stepping out on a limb here. And I'm thinking, I hope we've done the right thing here. And he goes, Pop, I feel like I can twist my back. It's not hurting. He goes, I can bend down. And then he bends down and touches the floor. Now, for Blake, that is something that he just struggles really hard to do. And last night, he just bending down, touching the floor, standing up, bending down, touching the floor. I'm thinking, you're kidding me. And he goes, I think that thing's really helping me. I goes, I like that. And then by about
Wow.
8:30, we've been having trouble getting him to bed lately. And often he's still up at 10, 11 o'clock and he isn't going to settle. Last night by 8:30, he came in, he goes, Pop, I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. And I said, okay, thank goodness. So he went to bed and fell asleep straight away. Normally in the mornings, we're struggling to wake him up. The workers get here at 9:30 and it's a battle to wake him up and get him out of bed. This morning he was awake at 7:45, bright as a button, and he's calling me from his bedroom. He goes, Pop, I'm confused. And I said, what are you confused about, mate? And he goes, I'm awake and there's nobody here. But he was awake. He wasn't just waking up, he was wide awake. And yeah, just we're
That's
really looking forward to see where it's going to go from here. But by crikey, we're off to a good start.
amazing, amazing, Brian. And, everybody's sending all of their fantastic well wishes and vibes so that Blake can have, like a really amazing healing. It sounds like he's well on the way. And thank you for being the caring family member.